Just drop just drop the Addy, bro. We got you. All right, cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, fellas, no trades today? No one got trades in today? Sometimes no position is a position. No move is the move. I understand. Went short on ETH. Okay, okay. Was that was that just for sneak? You're going short on ETH for sneak? Three stop losses straight in gold today. Sad day. Man, yeah. But you know what? It's when you're on those losing streaks that you really get tested. You know, are you really about it? Are you that kind of trader? Because most guys I know, probably my old self included, I take three losses, bro. I'm staying on that chart till I make it back or I lose it all. So it's really good to see that. I mean, you had the restraint. You took your three losses, and that's it. As long as you don't tilt, right? Everyone's been there before. You know, I always think of it like playing like a ranked game or something. You guys are just getting smacked over and over. Sometimes you got to be like, all right, boys, we're turning it off now. I can't keep playing. It's kind of like the same thing, right? Except with money, higher stakes, right? We'll take a look though. We'll take a look. Did you only go long or short, or was it a mix, Sushant? Still holding BTC long? Yeah, BTC's on the move, boys. He's on the move. Euro USD sell. Yep, losing is not easy, that's for sure. It's not easy and nobody likes doing it, right? All shorts on gold? She. I mean, we had a key level get hit, you know. Um, we'll talk about it though. We'll go over it. All shorts. I mean, yeah, there was this move here, but yeah, today doesn't look like doesn't look like it was a day for shorts, unfortunately. All right, fellas. So we're gonna always start this off. We're gonna try and do this the same way every single time. It's obviously not gonna be the exact way every single time, but always want us to start with dollar. Um, and I want us to start thinking about the anticipated weekly profile, right? Which, if you guys don't know what that is, um, let me see. Maybe I can pull up a quick reference, unless somebody wants to be very nice and send it in the chat. But yeah, essentially, every single week we have a weekly profile, right? We can condense the amount of scenarios that take place um, inside of price, whether it be on a weekly front, a daily front, right? We have these kind of these different profiles of being able to see, hey, um, for example, let's say Monday consolidates, Tuesday manipulates, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday distribution. And that would be considered something like a classic buy week, right? So we have those kinds of profiles. And just to show you real quick, this is going to be the a daily profile. This is not the weekly profile, but just to give you guys an idea for the new faces in here, right? We have specific profiles that we look for, and if any of you guys are one of my students, this would be the exact same thing as us looking at a reversal candle, continuation candle, right? We draw them up a little profile of what it is um, actually takes place, right? So something like this, a bullish London reversal, right? This is usually like a classic buy day. Um, this is something that we really want to catch, right? I always kind of draw the comparison that you want to think about if we're kind of like hunting, right? If we're hunting, this would be the big game, right? This would be you took down a moose, and you come back, you put that over your fireplace, right? Now there are certain profiles that we also try to avoid. Um, Typically, it's going to be any of the ones that are really consolidating, right? Let's see, maybe it'll show us. Right, so for example here, there's a consolidation reversal profile. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we would likely be avoiding, right? Because this is where, if we go back to the hunting parallel that we drew, this would be like catching like a squirrel or something, or a pigeon. Like, yeah, it'll feed you for like a few hours, whatever, but it's not the main thing that we're looking for, right? Um, so just to give you an idea, right, we want to start thinking about it. So it's barely Tuesday. We're still in the beginning of the week. What kind of daily profile are we likely to get when we have red folder news on Wednesday, aka FOMC, right? Which again, there's a lot of new faces in here. So um, just to show you guys real quick, we use this to find our high impact news, right? Our red folder news. We use this little filter over here. We only put red folder news and we only care about USD. Um, we map this out so that we can get periods of time in price where we can expect there to be an injection of volatility. Now, volatility is just how much price is moving, right? If price is like this, we would say characterize this as low volatility movement, right? AKA non-favorable market conditions, conditions that you and I don't look to trade or shouldn't be looking to trade. Now, if price is moving very trendy and directionally, we would say that it's high volatility. And we need high volatility for opportunity. Now, you will often find that uh, these news events are typically going to be the highs of the week, the lows of the week. They're typically very important. You can use, for example, if we had 10 a.m. news today, I could take that 10 a.m. candle and use it as an important pool of liquidity, right? If we take out the 10 a.m. news lows and we start forming a reversal signature on the 5 or 15 minute, there's a trade premise for us right there. There's opportunity. So we really like to use these and bake these into our analysis, especially at the beginning of the week. We see we have high impact news on Tuesday and Friday. So that opens us up for potential classic sell week, classic buy week, right? Because we have high impact news on Tuesday. This could be Monday. We could have Tuesday high impact news happens like this, right? There's Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday will kind of look something like that, right? So we kind of build this vague anticipation of what kind of profile. I guess suppose it's not vague since there's profiles to it, but um, we start to build this anticipation. Now, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But being able to put ourselves through this process where we look at what news events we have for the week, what does price look like, and start to kind of picture and imagine what price may look like or where it may be headed, will give us a lot of the ground prep work that we really need to be on the correct side, right? So per usual, we're gonna start on the dollar. Like we said, right, we're just trying to really keep it simple. We have a daily fair value gap right here. Have to remember to keep annotating these. We have a daily fair value gap. We have relative equal highs, relative equal lows, and a market structure break on the daily. Now, remember that the reason we care about the dollar is not because we trade the dollar, but because it influences all the other markets that we like to trade. So remember that if the dollar index is going up, then your risk on assets like crypto, indices, and all that are going to go down and vice versa, right? So right now we're bearish dollar, right? And so if we're bearish dollar whilst we're inside this daily fair value gap, then today we should have been looking for longs, right? Um, because if dollar's going to go down, then our risk on assets are going to go up. And if we just take a little peek NQ today, um, we definitely went up, right? Starting from, where is it? 12 a.m. Yeah, starting from here, we've pretty much gone up only almost all day. So the dollar analysis, as you can see, it's helping out. It's giving us some clarity to work with on the other charts, right? Lost the trade on NQ, was expecting bearish after daily C2 candle. Let's take a look at it. Um, Guys, where did you think uh, can BTC reach? I'm still holding long. Do I close? Uh, we'll take a look at it, but just remember, at the end of the day, that's your trade. So if somebody tells you to close it or not, at the end of the day, it's yours. I don't want anyone to be blamed or something. But another thing to mention, we moved up into this key level, and like I told you guys, I like to see V-shape reversals. So far, they're kind of getting it, but it's a little bit choppy. So there's potential that we sweep one more time and then go. Like I said, I really like to require price to kind of give me this V-shaped reversal, especially if I'm going to be trading on that asset. Um, but yeah, so with this context in mind, dollar goes down, risk on assets go up. Those are the setups that we're looking for. Um, we'll start with NQ and then we'll move to BTC, Mr. 21. All right, so here's the thing, right? Um, we were looking for us to move into discount. We did not get it, but one of the scenarios that we did outline, right, is that it doesn't actually have to go into discount, it could take the one in premium. Now, this daily C2, what makes it interesting, and guys, if you don't know what we're talking about, please ask questions so I can get you up to speed. But we took out candle one's high, we closed back inside of the range, so I see the short idea right there for sure. Now, the thing is, we hit the volume imbalance paired with the fair value gap, right? Now I know that this volume imbalance is not in discount, but it is in premium. And anytime we have a bullish PD array in a premium uh, area, we just have to remember that when price is really bullish, it will use the ones in premium. You could actually do something like this and cut this in half, the upper portion of the range in half, to get a more reactive premium in discount, right? So now this is in the discount of the premium range, which may be a little bit confusing, but yeah, this daily C2 candle did hit an IRL. Volume imbalances are a form of internal range liquidity, and so we know when we hit internal range liquidity, we're gonna go for external range liquidity, right? So that's what happened on NQ. Now we're getting this new daily order block being formed. It's not, I mean, it is actually a high probability because we hit this volume imbalance. Um, so let's see. We'll look for another setup. We got a little front ran there. That's okay. We'll look for something like this, I think, moving forward. Um, so yeah, let's see. BTC. Um, so for BTC, we got that change in stated delivery, right? We outlined as a potential trade. Either we could take this fair value gap, but ultimately, um, as soon as we got this change in stated delivery, let's make sure we map it out proper. We actually did get a change in stated delivery here, so we could have had an entry right there. Could have taken it up into these relative equal highs. Would have been a pretty nice trade. Um, I was waiting for the fair value gap because I really like it when we have a fair value gap and an order block combination. It's very, very strong. But we just didn't get it, which that's completely fine, right? Um, Now, in terms of where you should close your trade, there's a couple ways that we could look for targets, but number one, we do have to remember that we're in this weekly fair value gap. So in reality, any take profit at this point, as we're in this level is a good idea. Probably partial, um, maybe ideal, but for where we may be headed, let's see, let's look, maybe we could grab a standard deviation. Let's use this one right here. A lot of low resistance liquidity being built up still. Look at all these relative equal lows here. Um, so let me explain these levels to you real quick. Now, I'm going to tell you that the 2 to 2.5 standard deviations, this is usually where I take something off, right? This is the retracement or reversal zone. So typically when we hit this zone, what likes to happen is we're either going to retrace, reverse, or if we close above this, then we start making the assumption that we'll hit 4 standard deviations. So um, I would keep an eye on this. Let's see, it's like 81.5 to 82. I would keep an eye on that level. If we can get a close above, great. We'll probably go to 83 to 84. Um, if not, if we just start getting wicks in this area, then we're probably going to end up cleaning up all this low resistance liquidity. Um, but if you're up good, always good idea to TP. Um, Even better is having a plan before you go into the trade of where it is you're going to likely be TPing, right? That's ideal. But yeah, good to see. Assets are moving in the directions we thought they would. Let's see. ETH came into this 4-hour order block pretty nicely, right? Very nice respect right there with that fair value gap inside of it on the 1 hour. Um, I have these, what is this? Relative equal highs up here. Price is most likely gonna be booking it for that, right? We would be going on the 15-minute. There's our sell side. We get our target hit, right? That's our smart money reversal, and then we start going on the buy side of the curve up into here. Um, yeah, so far so good, right? Sol, I mean, I was saying, I didn't think it would be able to kind of demonstrate this strength, which I guess that's on me for doubting Solana, but we did talk about how we swept this daily low, right? We did not close below it, which tells us either we're going to get a retracement or reversal, which we're getting. We're definitely getting a big move up, whether it's a retracement or reversal. Um, Good to see we're right about that. Let's see, it can reach this high and maybe take it the other way. Let's see. But right now, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is our target for Sol. Good movement for sure. Hype, very nice to see. We're using this weekly fair value gap, and like I told you guys, I mean, this is kind of my bread and butter, honestly. Weekly fair value gap, 4-hour change in stated delivery, right? Inversion right here, and we're on the move. And yeah, it's moving pretty hard. So, like I said, uh, whenever we can jump up on a weekly time frame and see that price is being respected so nicely, right? Like this, IRL to ERL, IRL to ERL. We want to think of that pendulum video for the ones that have seen it. This is the harmony ensuing, right? So it was only natural for us to expect that we would get a nice move on hype. Candle 2 close after hitting a key level. Here's our candle 3. This is the week that we should be bullish moving up into that high, right? So really nice to see. Let's see, Euro. Euro's still holding that daily order block, and now we're making a daily C2 potentially. So I wouldn't get too bearish on Euro just yet, just because we had a sweep. Um, I would say it's still bullish. We can still sweep this low, or we can create candle 2. This would be an intermediate term low, and it would support the idea that we're going higher much better. If you're not in anything, you could wait on the sidelines for a daily change in stated delivery or this daily C2 to close, which 34 minutes it should close as a C2. I'd be surprised if it didn't. All right, so gold. So the reason that we're talking about gold yesterday and probably not shorting it is because we hit this key level that we have had our eyes on, right? Daily order block, daily volume imbalance combo. Um, I don't usually. One sec, one sec. Mike's dying. Let me just pop it on the charger real quick. There you go. All right. So yeah, so we had this discount level that we are looking at, so no reason to short, but we did get a C2 up here, so the day to short was really Monday, right? IRL to ERL right here. That would have been a nice trade. Now that we hit ERL though, should be taking the foot off the gas a little bit, right? So let's see if we can get a daily C2. That's what I'm gonna wait for in price. We hit this key level, so we could start moving back up. But if we don't get a daily change in stated delivery or daily C2, then we're gonna continue being bearish because we have this daily bearish change in stated delivery. We have bearish IRL being respected, and if we don't get a move off of this level, then you know, next level is gonna probably be somewhere down here, maybe this low, and then this low eventually. Maybe the midpoint first, then the low. So for now, still bearish gold. But I wouldn't take any shorts because we hit a bullish key level, if that makes sense. Sometimes you can be bearish, but when we hit a really key bullish level, we could still be bearish, but we could be expecting, right, a retracement and then another expansion, right? So that's gold. Let's take a look at oil. So oil did reclaim this daily fair value gap, so I think longs are good up into here. We had these notes from yesterday, right? I guess we never lost the fair value gap. This closed inside of it, this closed above it. Yeah, I guess we never lost it. I just thought we probably would, judging with the way that the candle looked when we looked at it. But so this is actually not a reclaimed fair value gap. It's just a respected one, which is even better. Well, I guess not better because that means gas is probably gonna get more expensive, but you know what I mean. So yeah, that's you could start looking for a 1 hour inversion, 1 hour change in stated delivery, right? So 1 hour change in stated delivery would have to, I mean, we could use this actually if we wanted to, or we could wait for that, or the inversion here. So let's see how that goes. AVAX. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not touching this thing, but I do think that these lows will get cleaned up eventually. Moving back to that bearish key level that we've been using. Um, yeah, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this one because it's just nasty. Like I mentioned in the previous stream, whenever you look at price, if it looks like literally like you could scan it and get a barcode or something, like I wouldn't trade it. But I think is Kaz still in here? I think Kaz called out that he was bullish from 896, so that's pretty nice. Um, but yeah, let's take a look at Tau. Tau, we're still waiting for us to move lower into this. What is this daily fair value gap? Yeah, it might not take it though, right? Remember, oh, it's probably not gonna take it. Um, this premium fair value gap is being used. Candle 2 closure, so I think probably it's going for those highs now, right? There's probably a trade there. There's a nice daily change in state delivery getting formed on Tau. So let's see. I wanted this move lower, but didn't want to give it. Tau should follow Zek. Let's take a look at Zcash. Bang. Damn. Now that's a move. Um, definitely not giving us a shot to get in for sure. Uh, I think we talked about though that there's like a 1 hour for. I can't remember. I should have drew it out. But yeah, I mean Zcash is fucking killing it. Ever since we hit this weekly level, bam. That's a monster move. Let's see where we might start cooling off. But we did cool off at the 2 to 2.5 standard deviations. We got a retracement. And now we close above and it's straight to 4 standard deviations. So if you're long, consider taking something off, I would say. But other than that, I mean, there's not much room to get in here. At this point, I would just probably be using this if it gives it. Yeah, so we'll see. Let's see what it does from here. We need a pullback though. I can't enter in on something like that. That's God candle right there. So let's see. Sui. So Sui, we have this fair value gap is our bearish level. So it got disrespected. It got closed above, and then it got used as an inversion fair value gap. Um, back into these highs. So probably not on the sell side of the curve anymore. And we're gonna get a daily change in state of delivery here. So if I was gonna go long on Sui, it would probably be something like that. Yeah, looks about right. Uh, yeah, if you feel that an asset is very bullish, then yeah, you can use premium arrays for sure. It's just not as high probability, right? Um, I think we did this analysis on the other chart. Let's see. Oh, flashbang. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Everyone just got fucking flashbanged right now. My bad. Making sure you guys are awake. Had to do a little flashbang for Sneaky messaged me on the side. Um, so Pi is still moving back up. We're moving off of what is that? Discounted daily level. Yep. So we're still moving off that. Next thing I'd be waiting for is a daily change in state of delivery, which we have not gotten yet. We're getting a daily bearish C2 close, so I would wait on trading this unless you got in down here. I would wait till we get another daily change in stated delivery. Yes, Sneak, happy birthday. Wow, we're making you go blind. Uh, Loon C, bro, this thing is on actual tear right now. We had this bullish order block get tested today. We got more movement up. I don't know what the hell's going on over here or what these guys are. They're running the old playbook back, the old Luna playbook. But man, they got this thing pumping, pumping and jumping. So I don't think. I mean, it's gonna be tough to get in here. I mean, at this point, we got these two levels here, which I really don't think that we're gonna get any of them. Maybe this one. Could also use this. This would not be as high probability because it's on the 4 hour, but we could still use this since it's pretty strong. Um, let's just make sure we annotate this. So H4. Yeah. So let's see. Um, I think that it will give this for sure, but I don't know if might want to pull back deeper. Let's see. So we'll call it. This is our slightly risky entry, and these are ideal. But risky and ideal. I know that the guy that shared this with us is probably not here. Maybe. Maybe it was Prashant. I don't know. But I do think that this is a good stock to look at because 1/3 of the world's fertilizer goes through the Strait of Hormuz and it's closed right now. So anything energy related is going to be pretty bullish. Um, we got this inversion fair value gap right here. Let's see if it can stay respected and we can finally start moving up. But yeah, um, that's pretty much it. Is there? Oh, bio. My bad. Bio and Pendo, actually, I remember. Oh, okay, okay. So let's see. We're at the very bottom of this order block. So if this low gets taken, yeah, actually we're gonna ditch the 4 hour order block and we're just gonna use this daily fair value gap. It's much cleaner. See this right here, failure swings, high. This high fails to take out this one. This high fails to take out this one. That's something we really like to see, right? When we go on the 1 hour, we get relative equal highs, right? So for bio, look for something like this, right? Maybe require like a 4 hour change in stated delivery, I would say. Probably here. Let's see. It still has to come back a little bit for an entry. But yeah. Did we do Pendle on this chart? We did. Let's see. So 1 hour order block got tapped, and then we came up and hit our ERLs. It's pretty nice trade. I didn't take it, but we did call it out. So good stuff. And at this point, if I wanted to trade it, there is a nice 4 hour order block here, paired with a fair value gap here. Invalidation would obviously be this low. Let's see, we get something like that. Kick ass and John yesterday they mentioned Ondo AI coin. AI seems to still be doing pretty well. I mean, this one's jumping, man. Point 0.5. Yeah, I mean, so the discounted fair value gap's all the way down here. So this is one of those moments where probably would use the premium one, even though it hasn't formed yet. Still gotta wait 3 hours. Uh, if we use the 4 hour, probably use this. Yeah, let's see. Something like that. What else was that? I think that was it, right? I think we pretty much covered everything. We did we do Pendle already? Pretty sure we did. Maybe. Yeah, we did. Alright. Yeah, if there's no other coins you guys want to look at, we can start to wrap this up. Eigen. I haven't seen Eigen in a long time, bro. It's low-key a dino coin. Yeah. Let's see. Huge daily change in state of delivery right here, right? Um, nice little fair value gap here. So something like this. We could get something like that and then target these relative equal highs. That would be what I'd be looking at. So yeah, we'll add this one to watch list too, and we'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyone else have anything they want to look at? And if not, we can start to wrap this up. We'll get you guys out of here. Sneak can go eat his birthday cake if he can find it, because he's blind now. Sorry about that. Silver. So silver is gonna be similar to gold, right? Let's see, it's a little bit of a messy chart. So for silver, let's work with the 4 hour. We got some relative equal lows right here. My eyes snap into them. Yeah, bro, just be careful with the candles and shit. I don't want you to get burned by your own cake. We got a 4 hour inversion. I'm gonna use that as the bearish level, and these are the lower targets. So we got a H4 IFEG. I would also be waiting for this change in state of delivery. and that should propel us to these lows. Bearish silver, just like we're bearish gold, right? It looks like a giant market maker sell model, I'm not gonna lie. We'll see though. Not jumping to any conclusions. Alright, fellas. Yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, just really try to be making predictions and anticipations every day based off of the logic that we're using in here. It will really help expedite um, how fast you guys can start trading consistently and profitably. But yeah, other than that, remember after tomorrow AM session, guys, it's not ideal to be trading. It's going to be a little bit hectic. But yeah, be safe. No crazy leverage. Take it slow. Yeah, no problem. All right. Happy birthday again, Sneak. Appreciate you guys turning out. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Best of luck.